Like for the commons, it's like we view the city in this perspective. Like we'll view it in a like the outer perspective, and then as we move into electives, it's like we'll choose our field. It's not like we can study urban with all the lenses. Like, so first the commons introduce us with different lenses, so they teach us. We can see urban with identity, we can see urban with infrastructure, governance, things like that. And then as it moves, we found what lens we should use to see the urban. So that was like, I mean, it was structurally perfect, because the things that we learned in commons and the things that, for me at least, in infrastructure and planning, everything was new for me. And to understand it more, like in the ground, I think the exposure visit helped me a lot. So when I went to Mumbai or Trichy, or like everything was in place. I mean, it's not out of somewhere they are teaching, it was in the place. And then yeah, that's what, like in commons it was just the urban, and then we went into details. So it was actually very well structured and helpful for. And yeah, that was like, it was a little bit difficult. Like I was just adjusting to the face, or like adjusting or like accepting the words or vocabularies from that commons. And then as I moved to electives, I feel like more connected. Like it's obviously because of commons only. Like the words that I got from commons helped me to accumulate, like made me fit in that electives. So commons was not very, like it was not very easy thing, at least for me. Like I was just trying to in place with those things, and then electives was like I was like perfectly okay. So the elective was really nice because like climate change is a general topic. Like we know what climate change is, but then they're talking about this particular elective. This was well placed actually. So when they started the elective itself, they started with the vocabularies that we have to know about, and then they gave us the sheet, and then it was perfectly fit. And then what they gave us was the timeline of where the climate action plans, like what is climate change, and when did it started. Like, all these things was like well placed. And that was one thing I liked about the changing climate and cities, the elective. Then the next was urban ecology. It was also like, I mean, electives was like more specific to that particular course. It was not like a broad thing. Like basically from urban ecology, like what are the terms, what are the experimental techniques that urban ecologists use to count the species and things like that. And then I did gender, where it was also no, so both of these was specific to that particular field, but then gender was like mostly common. Like it was trying to incorporate what identity and like how gender is seen in infrastructure, things like that. And then I did last, my elective was southern urban theory. It was also, I mean, it was a different thing. It was not about practice for say per se, but then it was all about theories, like how to theorize from practice. First of all, communication skill, I would say. Like I know we get things from people, but the, like I thought it was a simplest way, because I can just go interact with people and then get things out of them. But as I did my UFP, what I realized was like it's not very easy to get things out of people. Like even if we ask a question thinking that they will answer in this line, but then like the answer will be different. So we have to like keep on trying in a different vocabularies or different styles to get that particular answer. That's the one skill that I got from UFP. Then technically speaking, then I was also like the my first exposed to GIS was from UFP, and then like data analysis, all these skills had like improved because of as being me being part of UFP. I was thinking, so if we are doing a study, like things are very easy to get. Mainly like whatever we are expecting from the field, we'll get it directly whenever we encounter the things. But that was very difficult for me. Like when I was doing my practica, so I was like, we were asking questions for them. Like we were expecting this will happen at the end. Like we know that these things are happening, and then the people will say these things are happening. But then at the end, like when we keep on asking things, no, like the answers are not like they are not coming on the place, like what we thought. So that was difficult for me. Like then we thought like, what are we actually, are we on the right track? Things like that like started questioning. And then from there we understood like it's not like this has to be ended, like it can also be gone in a different track. So that was the one thing. I mean, I really liked the Practica more because like it was actually, it's like it's actually practice. Like it's not like written in the theories like it should be happening. Like so basically we went to Practica site after reading many theories saying this agglomeration or like particular theories will apply on the site, but then it didn't happen. But then we went to faculties asking like, this is not happening, we cannot see this. But then they said like, it's okay, it's fine, even if this doesn't happen, this is happening, no, you can just say that. So for me, IHS is like such a secured space for me at least. So basically, we are together, like we are 40 members together as a urban fellow for this cohort, and we as a group in the beginning, like we were not that close to each other like as usual. But then as it moves, like we were having many shared spaces, like in hostel also we are together, in campus also together. So it helped us a lot because like even if we are just in a separate, like if we are coming to in a college doing things and then going back to a different place, it is different. So if for IHS, for urban fellow at least, like when we were together, we were also talking about the work, and then when we are going back, also it's not like we are talking about work, like it's just like the casual things. So I think that way it helped us a lot. So for improving us, would be, I think that might helped me a lot. The space itself is the one thing that I like because I was so like in the beginning I wasn't so comfortable, but then the space or the people just made me more comfortable. That is the one thing that I liked. And also the faculties was also nice to interact because I didn't feel that, like even if I was new to this field, I didn't feel like I should not ask this question. It was like it was so lively for them. Like they were also like, okay, yeah. So then, well, of course, the fellows was also that thing. Doing my commons and electives, I think my field of interest comes in climate change or education. Like somewhere in interact like integrating climate change, education, and ecology. So I might be an researcher. Like for my internship, I had got a chance to work on Keystone Foundation. So I think I might do that.